Good evening, and welcome back to Savannah by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here on Nights of Silvermoon. It is, of course, not our only game, as we, of course, have Age of Innovation on Thursday, which is the continuation, if not side culmination, of a lot of terrible things that happened in Age of Myth and Age of Bahiri. It's a lot of age problems that's going on in this server and channel. I can't really explain how or why. We'll just have to talk to Aaron and watch the stream and see what happens with that. But in the meantime, we're going to do some vampire stuff. It has come to my attention that we are nearing the 1 year anniversary of this stream that will be happening in August. Now, we will, of course, be still doing streams for that upcoming. However, I think we're going to be doing some sort of roundtable Q&A lore discussion with everyone here that we can get on stream that day. Hopefully, our Artem is available that night. So, look forward to that. I will start a thread in the main Discord for where you can put your questions if you have any. Please ask the most uncomfortable questions you can think of. I want to see them squirm. Especially Sam. Especially Sam. But that's not the only show that some of us are on. Dreamy, what are you doing on Tuesdays?
On Tuesdays at 7:30 Central, you can find me over on Top Down Tabletop for a 2024 D&D adventure, Embers and Arcanum. We are getting ready to crash a little wagon shipment and figure out what illegal goods are leaving the city. Everything's gonna be fine. Our monk doesn't have 4 levels of exhaustion.
Delightful. Do we have any other announcements we need to get through before we start tonight's session? No? All right then. Well, I guess this is the appropriate time to say, let's tell a vampire story. Last time on Savannah by Night, Tabby was stunned into initial silence at the revelation of her sire not only being alive, but right in front of her. Bloody tears free-flowed as the two shared a heartfelt hug, as each had previously been unsure if the other had survived. But this joyous news was bittersweet, as her sire promptly announced that the two of them would not just be leaving Savannah, but the entirety of the South as well. Ellie, who'd only realized a mere 12 hours before that Tabby was one of their few, if not only, friends, was given the somber task of driving the newly reunited pair to the freight yard. Cora finally got the chance to lavish in her housewarming gifts from back home. From the fine linens and curtains to the coffee and the requisite machine to make it, The intoxicating aroma briefly put her back in a familiar night market, an almost phantom presence next to her from the one that sent the gift, starting her evening on a caffeinated high. Her first errand for the evening brought her to a tiny hole in the wall, a dry cleaner with the recommendation from Mr. Innsbruck. Flashing his business card ended all questions then and there, though the woman behind the counter was anything but forthright to begin with. Ellie and Kate had individually sought out Ava Lash for the purposes of training them. Once they had arrived at the domain of the Ventru dominatrix, she threw the pair of them together in a private, intimate room, letting them have a few moments to poke and prod at one another's defenses, until finally setting them to the task they were there for in the first place. Both were faced with a client that mirrored some intrinsic quality of themselves. For Kate, she was presented with a highly self sufficient type A with little to no ability to simply turn off. But with the right application of a commanding presence, the woman was all too happy to say, "Yes, ma'am." For Ellie, they were surprised by the presence of the political aid they had both fed on and previously used the guise of to facilitate the downfall of a politician that had crossed them. A guise they were actively wearing in the moment, though with some convenient tweaks to obfuscate the doppelganger before him. The aide himself was brash, stubborn, impetuous, smart, and obsessively single minded. However, the surprise of being presented with this man worked in Ellie's favor, as they were more readily able to read their mental state and extrapolate their needs. Instead of harsh severity, a gentle yet assertive word put him in his willing place. Artem awoke and walked into the shared home of Alden and Christiana, and was immediately ordered to sit down by the elder Gangrel. Alden grilled the both of them on the severity of the transgression that almost happened on Elysium grounds, and reminded Artem of how for every progressive step forward, there will always be the inevitable stumble. That he got lucky that all that happened was a bit of baring teeth and trading barbs, no matter the intensity of the feelings behind them. However, as they on some level represent both a primogen and seneschal, they are not exempt from rules and expectation. Rather, they apply even more stringently to the pair. Artem had one more bandage to rip off as he brought news that he found werewolf tracks out in the botanical garden the prior evening. Alden told him of the vague status of the lupines in the area, and, should he meet them, to invoke the seneschal's name and pray it ends the conflict then and there. Needing the breather for both himself and Chris, Artem invited Cora out with them for a hunt in the expansive forest on Skidaway Island. The pair of Gangrel informed the Malkavian of the general rules and mentality involved, but made sure to prepare her for the notion that there is a non-zero chance of killing the prey, even when the goal is to preserve and conserve. Once finally in the depths of the woods, Artem began to instruct Cora, trying to gently walk her through how he sees the world and hunts in it. She expanded her senses and found herself keenly focused on the softly twinkling lights of fireflies in the darkness, only to quickly learn that there was another shape looming in the gloom with them. But before we resume with any of that, let us pick back up with our very own Rose. Poppy.
That's me.
Your initial plans for the evening of taking Cora out for a feed at a club you discovered had to be postponed as you were called into work by your benefactor, Nico.
Yes.
Inconvenient, but not unexpected, as you knew you would have to put in some consistent hours for the sake of both appearances and an actual paycheck. A potential benefit, however, is that while you are working the counters and better understanding the inventory, it is possible to find a set of cufflinks for one of Artem's gifts. If you find
Perfect.
something, yeah, if you find something you think is appropriate, you could take a picture, send it to Artem, have it set aside, and the like. You have been working alongside a pair of brunettes, rather simpatico in their presentation, twin yet not twin, Elena and Renata, who have a certain amount of seniority over you, but not in a way that is cruel or lording it over you. Just they've been here, you're new, you're being trained.
Are
But
they,
mhm,
oh, I have a
go right
question.
ahead.
Are they of Toreador ilk? Is there any way that do they want to talk with Poppy, or is it like a totally like separate professional environment that they try to keep?
They talk with you
Okay.
in a way that is both a senior employee and someone who is friendly.
Hmm.
But if you want to know if they are on your side of the fence, you'd
Yeah.
have to ask either some probing questions, ask Nico directly, or if you have any skill set that can help you pierce that little veil.
I think Poppy will probably in that case ask Nico,
Mm-hmm.
not wanting to stir any sort of drama in the workplace, as this is one of the only steady jobs she's ever had, perhaps. Um, yeah.
At least since her embrace.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I was great at the country club.
Mm-hmm. You find Nico is having a pleasant conversation with a middle-aged woman who's just made a purchase, and it's that typical thing of something was sold, and now you're making someone feel better about the money they're parting with.
Hmm.
He sees her out very diligently and respectfully. And for a moment, as he's walking away from the door where you know people have to be buzzed in, they can't just walk in, security measures and all that.
Hmm.
He has a moment of freedom if you want to try and coax any information out of him, but it is still the open floor.
Are there any other customers in the store at this point?
There is one talking to Elena, and Renata is busy just sort of wiping down some counters and making sure the merchandise is sparkling just so.
Excellent. So Poppy will slide over to Nico and say, "A good sale?"
Well, it always is when you walk away with their money.
True. True. How did you meet these two? And she'll just kind of with her head just gesture.
Ah, well, like all good, sparkly things, they are found in the rough and polished for their potential.
That like hits Poppy a little hard. Like, "Oh, great. Great. And do they hang around in similar places that you do? The rough?"
You see him try to answer that in a way that wouldn't be an HR violation,
Mm-hmm.
but he goes, they go to some of the same parties, but not all of them, if you catch my drift.
Noted.
Mm,
I was curious if it was more of a family business.
not quite.
Hmm.
But
Very
they
interesting.
do work very adamantly for me.
Does Poppy read that as there's ghoulery going on, or that there's
There's
just
always
hardworking?
ghoulery going on,
I
but more
mean,
specifically,
is it ghoulery or
you get the impression it's somewhere within that realm, but you don't
okay.
know specifically which, because you know that blood bonding also exists, you know ghouling exists. You can't tell based on that wording which one.
Ghouling is way too close to gooning. Yeah. Uh, she'll kind of smile and nod and say, "Very interesting.
Mm.
I love to think that you were branching out." No pun intended, believe it or not.
Now, whatever do you mean by that?
Oh, I don't know. I've really enjoyed recently getting to know people from other walks of life. I don't know. It's nice to gain perspective.
Hmm. And which perspective are you looking to gain?
Mm, I don't know, because I do think ours is the prettiest. And she winks.
Well, I know that you're playing me, but you're right.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't worthy facets to explore of the others.
And relationships and alliances and all of that could be important.
He's going to sort of indicate for you to follow him
Hmm.
as you head into his office. It's not massive or extravagant, it's more small and elegant. There is a white couch instead of a chair in front of the desk, meant to be more comfort for those who sit down and consult with him about what exactly they're looking for, what particular piece, what they need done to make it ultimately bespoke for them. And he just indicates for you to sit down, and he takes a seat at his desk. But he just sort of peers over it. Are you contemplating a more close relationship with the new bloods?
Well, ever since I learned new vocabulary regarding them, it's something I've been thinking about. The pros and cons of it, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a very vulnerable, scary thing to do. However, maybe invaluable.
Keep in mind, it's scary and vulnerable on your own.
Right.
So, really, what you have to ask and decide for yourself is which kind of scary and vulnerable you want to be.
Do you have pals of all walks of life, Nico?
On occasion.
Not bed pals.
On occasion. But also, yes.
Well, yes, of course, of course.
Hmm.
HR.
Hmm. Well, it is rather of a centralized executive department here when I'm both the boss, the owner, HR, accounting. Works out great.
Maybe I'm lucky I only have one position here.
And at that moment, you go, nope, I'm gonna leave that one where it
No.
is. Just gonna just put that in the box, put it over here. Well, there's not much else for you to do tonight if you want to get going and explore some of those very possibilities.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was gonna message Tylene. She kind of hinted that she wanted to talk a little more
Oh, you
when we
met her.
spoke.
Good. How
Yeah.
did that go?
Oh, it was wonderful. She was very kind, though maybe didn't like my outfit. Um, Hopefully this is better. And she looks down. She's wearing like her kind of a work dress at this
Mm-hmm.
point, kind of put together. But I did bring a change of clothes, so I might try something else out. I don't know. I'll text the group and see what they think.
Oh, so you do have a group chat going then.
Oh yeah, yeah. We established that like night one.
Yep. Hmm. Fun. Well, You didn't happen to meet Lachlan yet, have you?
She rolls her eyes and
Oh,
sits
that
back further.
face. Tell me
That
everything.
that creature is if I don't know, hair gel and Axe body spray had a baby and then covered itself with an ascot unironically, that would be Lachlan. That was my first impression.
Hmm.
Though of course Tylene had nothing but polite things to say about him. I don't get his whole
Oh, I
thing.
very much doubt it was polite that she said, more just avoiding saying anything directly contrary.
Yes, diplomatic, maybe not polite.
Hmm.
Um,
That sounds more like her.
yeah, I don't really get the hype around him. But I did want to introduce myself just so that I know who I'm working with. Hopefully not ever actually having to work with him because I can't imagine him in an artistic or creative space at all.
Oh, he's
Um,
dreadful.
you've worked with him creatively
No, no, no. I mean, I know him as a concept and I dislike
as
it.
a as a concept, as a theme.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. Not my cup of tea. But I do want to make a point to meet as many people as I can within our shared circles. So
Of course. Only makes sense to know who is there so that you can know who to work with, who to avoid, who
right.
to eventually feed to a wood chipper when you get the nearest opportunity.
Oh, oh, wow. I'm just picturing an ascot chopped into pieces, blowing in the wind.
Well,
Oh,
isn't that just a visceral art project that you could commit yourself to in the long term, which would
I
be
do
of
like
benefit
working
to
with
absolutely
textiles.
everyone?
Hmm, could be, could be.
Reducing him to textiles. Now, that
Yeah.
is an inventive way of solving a problem.
Take a look at the fiber of his being, all of that.
Hmm. Well, wouldn't that just be a delightful happenstance that I had nothing to do with and do not know about in advance?
Speaking of
Oh,
people
go
in
on.
our circles that I need to reach out to, um, Sebastian gave me
Ooh,
his card on I think that was on the night when the group chat was conceived. Um and I did
fun word choice,
want
but
to
go on.
reach out. I know, I'm so sorry. I did want to reach out again just to know who is who. Do you have any pointers for dealing with him? He seemed a little domineering. But that was only in passing, truly in the hallway.
Ooh, that's a word. A not inaccurate one.
Hmm.
What did it say on the card?
And she'll pull it out of her bag and
I
look it
can't
up in her
recall what it
notes.
said. It was a phone
I think
number
it was a
and
business card, his phone number, his name.
and it I forget the exact name on it for the business, but it was very clearly this is screamingly a strip club name.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I have to go back to my notes to find that later.
But in Poppy's mind, she's also like, could be an in for Heidi's art show, which would feature some of her like
mhm.
pin-up-y erotic stuff. Like she wants to
Did you
kind
say
of
that out loud or is that just
no, that's an
internal?
that's an inside
Okay.
thought.
So, tips for dealing with Stanford. I see.
Stanford.
Don't. That would be my suggestion.
Okay. Should I not even reach out? Should I not?
Oh no, it would be good to cultivate the relationship so you know how to be polite. You don't want to make an enemy of him either,
Right.
but you also don't want to be in his pocket or orbit.
She takes notes in his pocket. Okay. Uh Great. Okay, thank you. I may just keep it informal, shoot a text, say that I'll be at Wormslow later, and go from there.
Mm,
If he wants
whichever.
to talk. Eh,
I have a feeling you have certain qualities that he will find appealing.
I mean, I was raised as a ballerina. Not to brag.
I feel like a certain amount of the people that work for him had a very similar education.
Mm, yeah. Well, it can't hurt at this point, then, it sounds like. So I will
Mm,
just let him know where I'll be.
mm. Well, men like him prey on the vulnerable.
Mm,
And as
terrifying.
we've discussed, decide which kind of vulnerable you want to be.
I mean, I'm favoring vulnerable, but with friends. That sounds nice.
Hmm. Well, get out of here. I have a few things to settle up here.
Au revoir. And she, on the way out, would be like, bye, Elena. Bye, Renata.
They get very friendly little waves, but they are back to work.
Mm-hmm.
And
Great.
I would say over the course of, say, the week that you've been there, having worked with them a bit, you do have their number just in case.
Great.
And it wasn't like Nico saying, give her your number. It just came up very organically between you all.
Great. Great. Um, she'll actually, before she leaves, she'll go into the bathroom and change into the outfit that she's really hoping that if she sees Tylene, this outfit is a little better. And it's this kind of like white meshy lacy shirt that's see-through, and then this long like sundress that's made of a bunch of different pretty fabrics, and then these big blue chunky Mary Jane platform heels. They're so cool, and I found them on Pinterest. And she's gonna take a mirror selfie and send it to the group chat, being like, okay, is this good enough, do you think, to meet somebody that's big in the art world in Savannah? Snap. She'll send it.
Unfortunately, there's only one individual tonight that can answer for the group chat,
That's so true.
which leaves us
Or Chris.
to, before we transition over to that, you still had some text you wanted to send, right?
Yes. So while she's waiting on a reply,
Mm-hmm.
she'll sit on the sink and kind of slump over, and she'll text. First, she'll text Tylene
Mm-hmm.
and say, it was so lovely to meet you the other night. Would love to chat further. I'll be at Wormslow tonight if you fancy it, or would be so down to go out for drinks elsewhere. Um, and then she'll text Sebastian Stanford and say, hi, this is Poppy Stewart. We met on my first night at Wormslow. Just wanted to make a connect with you and properly meet you. I'll be at Wormslow this evening if you want to chat.
Um, Within about 5 minutes, you do get one from Tylene saying, I'll be at the big house tonight. We'll talk more there.
Great.
You don't get anything immediately from Sebastian,
Awesome.
but I'm assuming you're heading out.
Well, as soon as I get a text back on the group chat,
Okay.
she's vulnerable with friends.
At what
Mm-hmm.
point in the evening does that message come in?
I'd say as you are leaving your appointment, you're getting into your car, Ellie's getting into Lila's car.
I'll give the
Drag
picture
me,
a
Kate.
heart.
Okay. Poppy like sees that and goes, ah, fuck it, fine, 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 fine. And she stuffs her bag, like her other clothes, back into her bag, um, and tries to like tell herself, like, Kate is always very fashionable. It's a different type of fashion, but she's very fashionable, so it's probably fine. I mean, Kate's kind of a business girly, so like maybe that's kind of cool for Tylene. Who knows? Anyway, and that's like just kind of her worrying mind as she gets in her car to go to Wormslow.
Okay. So as you head out, We're gonna fade back over to Kate unless there's anything else you want to add right this minute.
She
All good?
puts on some like she's in Brat summer at this point, so it's all Brat all the time in Poppy's card right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Fantastic. Okay, Kate. So, where are you heading tonight? Are you heading home? You heading to Wormslow, or trying to find a quick meal?
Hmm. I could use a quick meal on the way to Wormslow.
Okay.
Before leaving, though, I'm going to take a silk blouse that's carefully been in a garment bag in the backseat of my car
Mm-hmm.
and slip that on over what I have been wearing to lashes.
Okay. So you're gonna downplay the previous display, but you're not removing it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you want to take care of your hunger? You had sent a little spicy picture to Sadie earlier.
Mm-hmm. Could swing by.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm not going to stay as long as Sadie's going to want, but
Mm-hmm.
you cultivate a herd for a reason. And they are thinking about me now, so
Do you send a text to announce that you're on your way over, or do you just hope that they're going to be there?
I'll um I will send better still be thinking about me. I'm on my way over.
Should I open a bottle of wine?
I'm trying to think of something good to send back and I can't think of anything. I'll just say don't get started without me.
Okay. Now, you head over there in your primed up finery.
In that case, I won't put the silk blouse on until I head to Elysium.
Now, we can gloss over the details of this for obvious reasons.
Hmm.
But I do have one question that I would enjoy an answer to, and I'm pretty sure everyone here would as well. Do you also get Sadie to call you ma'am?
No, Sadie is a bit of a dork in a very hot way, and Kate enjoys the vibes that they have in that way. So
Hmm.
Kate might be a little bossy, but
Mm-hmm. But soft boss.
yes.
Gotcha. Now the question is, do you actually there's two questions. How much do you take from them? And do you let them get a drink in them first before you take yours?
I'm not looking for any kind of buzz,
Mm-hmm.
so I am going to have my drink first.
Okay.
And
And how much?
I am going to take 2 points of blood because unlocking that new power is thirsty work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm down a couple.
Well, in more ways than one, I'm sure someone was thirsty tonight. So mark that down. Is there any conversations, any particular topics you try and cover with them, or is it just more of a bit of a booty call situation?
It's a bit of a booty call.
Okay.
Again, I sent that picture earlier in the evening for a reason.
Mm. Priming their pump. Got it.
So glad Poppy's back. Love these expressions.
Mm. And so you head.
Now I put the silk gloss on and head to
Okay.
Elysium.
Do you send anyone a text, or is it just seeing who you meet there?
I can't. Poppy asked for fashion advice. I can't remember. Did it say you were going to Elysium?
I don't remember.
I don't think. I
Let
think you were just
let's
meeting
I
up
don't
with
think so.
someone.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'll let the group know that I'm heading there.
Okay. I assume in the text you say
Wormslow.
Wormslow. Okay.
Yes.
Poppy will heart that too. And then reply saying, "See you there."
Now, it's not unusual for individuals to not be able to look at a group chat right away. But there's 3 people who have not responded in any way. And we're just going to leave that where it is for now. Actually, Poppy, I was remiss in reminding you of one thing. There would have been a text you got from Tabby that you only would have seen as you were getting off of work. Now, I can't recall off the top of my head exactly what was sent to you. I do apologize, but there was a tone of finality. And there was some measure of thank you for the time that you spent with them.
Yeah. She'll reply with like every heart emoji and say, "It's been an honor hanging out with you in this weird, weird place. Happy trails and safe travels."
Okay. Should have brought that up earlier, but oh well. Now we'll pick back up with Fulton in a little bit. I just want to see where Ellie is as you're both leaving the same initial location. You're getting into your borrowed car. Are you sending any texts? Are you heading in a particular direction?
Ellie is first going to text Lila
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Hey, are you going to be at Wormslow at any point?"
You get back in very, very quick order. I would, but some asshole has my car right now.
I text back, "Sounds like you should keep better track of your car." Wink face.
You feel the car stall.
Ah!
Take it back. Is all you get blinking across the display on the dash.
JK. Ew.
You see the display blink, and then it returns to normal, and the rev counter goes back into place.
Ellie says says under their breath, "I mean, they wanted me not to crash, and then I stole the car I'm in, so okay." In that case, Ellie texts Fitz and asks, "Are you going to be in Wormslow? I want to talk about something."
You get back after a couple minutes. Color me intrigued. See you there, kid.
Great. And in that case, Ellie will also text back to Lila, "Is it okay if I take the car to Wormslow?"
I love how it's like you're asking your mom for the car.
Well, when mom can control the car.
I see, we're learning. only if you pick me up.
Just say where.
And you get a little uh, mat pin.
Great. So I'll go and pick Lila up.
Mm-hmm. Now, something I want to touch on for Kate and Ellie in this lull in between spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you are parsing and processing after the events of working for Ava Lash? Big or small? A little bit of time to process on the drive from one location to the next.
It wasn't that bad. Parts of it were a little exciting, but this is baby steps for what all
Mm.
Ava Lash does.
This better not awaken anything in me energy going on right now.
It's too late for that.
Mm-hmm. Ellie?
I think Ellie learned a little bit about how some of their speech behaviors can come on as much less assertive than they would like to be. They're used to sneaking around, they're used to not approaching things head on, and learned a little bit, especially just interacting with Ava Lash for a few moments, to really work on the assertiveness on their end.
It does help that that was reinforced in the post-mortem of the interaction with Kate. So we will resume with Poppy first, and we'll get back to going in rounds if that's okay, unless there's anything else either of you want to add. Great. Poppy, you get there first. You are, of course, waved on through by Julius first.
She'll once she parks her car, she'll take a second and have like a little nervous moment in her car. And use that time to play a chess move against Lump. And that kind of centers her, I think, a little bit. To being like, remember, this is just a game. And she will go inside.
Okay. I will say before you go inside and after the chess move, Lump does not make a move yet, but you do get a little emoji of the thumb and forefinger on the chin that is thought. Interesting.
Amazing.
And that's something you probably would have noticed is while they do like to type and write, they do enjoy emojis that uses a face to get a point across where they can.
Interesting.
Because their face does not emote.
Yeah. I think trying to follow suit, perhaps Poppy will do the eek one, that one.
As you head in, as always, Bruno is there to greet you and wave you through.
I say, looking sharp tonight, Bruno.
Yes. Lovely as always, Miss Stewart.
That was very nice. She did not expect it somehow.
She didn't expect more words out of this monosyllabic slab.
No, that was like way more words than she's ever gotten. That was great. Yeah. She'll walk in with her head held high, choosing to feel cute in her outfit because it has to be a choice.
Felt cute, might dye her eyes later. I don't know.
Cry.
So, do you make a beeline for Tylene, or do you walk around and try and see who's there first?
I think she'll take a turn about the room before heading into Tylene's direct direction.
Okay.
Just to kind of see who's there, take stock. Yeah.
Well, this will apply to all three of you when you get there, so might as well just read it out now so you have a sense of the room. Um, the prince is not present, at least not that you can see. In the chair where you would normally see him is much like your very first night there. Alden is the one holding court.
Mm.
You have noticed that while the prince is the prince, Alden is a power in his own right. It has a certain amount of latitude and authority, clearly, and you've seen them occupy the same stage, seemingly at the same level
Mhm.
of quasi importance, with one of them having the higher title. Atherton is, as always, present, talking with actually someone you would have met, Madison Griffith.
Mhm.
You do see, surprisingly, in the main hall, and not the library or some other hidden nook, Lump is wandering around. They do see you and give you this friendly but awkward little wave.
Mhm.
But
She'll wave back.
they're not trying to get your attention or to get you to come over or anything. It's just acknowledging.
Mhm.
You see Edward talking with a Nosferatu with maybe a little more hair than you're used to seeing. Kind of the shock of uh, gray silver with a sharp receding hairline and an overstuffed raccoon on his shoulder. You can see Sebastian chatting with a hatted gentleman that you would actually remember from your first night during introductions. After Tabby had discussed the events of Kentucky, he was brought forth to confirm some of the reporting.
Oh,
Alden
yes.
had even shouted his name, Teague.
Yes.
There are a few others, but none that you would be able to recognize by name.
Um.
Actually, I might as well read it out for the others because they will have the same views, but slightly different perspectives.
Yeah.
For Ellie, the one talking with Edward is Fitz.
Confirm that.
Pardon?
Confirmed that.
Okay. For additional notes here, it would be Owen Rook talking to someone that none of you have met yet. And for Kate, you would see your Primogen talking to an older woman with dark hair and subdued but fine lines of aging. So, Poppy, as you're the first to arrive, you've started to make your rounds of the room. Who are you trying to find right this second?
I think she will, after doing her little round around the room, maybe giving like a slight wave to Atherton and Madison as she passes. She'll go to Tylene.
Okay. And I know I wrote down Tylene, who she's talking to at the moment, but I can't seem to find it, sadly. So we're just going to have her stepping out of one of the small parlor rooms, finishing a conversation with someone as you not quite bump into one another, but Serendipity plays its role. Oh, hello. Don't we look lovely this evening?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. You as well.
Oh, that's very kind of you. So you wanted to chat, whatever for?
Well, I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about, well, the art scene here, and having
Ah,
talked a little with Lachlan, I was a little
the mirth
confused.
starts to bleed out of her face
Yeah.
just a little bit.
I just wanted to get your 2 cents on what it would be like to establish oneself as an artist in an honorable way here. Like Poppy's really tiptoeing around
Hmm.
some stuff.
I'd say if you were looking for somewhere to spend your experience points in the future,
Mm-hmm.
um, expression and etiquette would be starting to be justified if you don't have something in there already.
I have 4 in etiquette, but
Okay,
2 in expression.
something to keep in mind then.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. She's going to consider you for a moment, and why don't we take a small walk?
I would love that.
Hmm. She's wearing, it's not an extravagant gown. It's not something you'd find at like a black tie gala, but it is something tidy and elegant. And the way that the neckline arranges, it's almost like a choker in its own way. It seems like
Mm.
that's just a style she seems to go for rather consistently. And she gracefully leads you outside. Uh, you walk past the very familiar now gazebo and onto the fairly unoccupied dock. There is a presumed guard there, but as people start to take up the space, he knows to put a fair amount of distance between himself and the occupants.
Mm.
So there's a large gap of space where you don't have to worry about him overhearing, but you know he's nearish by,
Great.
just for everyone's safety. Oh, well, first let me ask, what was your impression when you met Lachlan?
Not to speak ill um of anyone. Cut flashback to her talking shit with Nico earlier. Not to speak ill of
And
anyone.
Harlan the night before?
No, Harlan and I. Oh, Harlan had it. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
to
yeah.
say too. Um, not to speak ill of anyone, of course, but his methods, perhaps, or role or status in the art world seemed a little, well, unfair, is the only word she can come up with
Hmm.
without going appalling, odorous, disgusting. Odious.
I
Maybe also odorous.
suppose necessary evil of the art world since time immemorial. It is filled with deplorable individuals who often move the craft forward at the expense of those under their feet.
I think I was just surprised to hear that he wasn't put into check a little bit.
He is in a myriad of ways.
Oh, okay. That's good. I just think of power-hungry art professors, and
Mm.
I can't imagine.
He wishes he had far more control over SCAD than he does.
I see.
He has influence, not control.
Are there others like us that are professors at SCAD and, hold positions of that kind of power?
I sometimes teach, but I'm more managerial and oversight. Giving him a role is a way of keeping a spotlight on him so he can know where he is and what he's doing.
Hmm, that's very wise. I think I just become wary of anyone holding a position of power who also has other types of power like us. It makes me nervous for the morality of the situation.
Hmm. She daintily holds her wrist behind her back as she cranes her neck, looking out over the water. I have to hazard a guess that you were in a less than ideal situation. Was someone not unlike him?
You would guess correctly.
Hmm.
Unfortunately.
But you got away somehow.
It was less me getting away and more being forced to flee. But sure.
But now that you're on your own, or as much as you can be, given Nico,
We get along.
good. Glad to hear it. Now, if you want to stand out and not get into any trouble and simply cause a bit of trouble now and again, good person to learn from.
I He does mention getting into the good kind of trouble occasionally.
Oh, he's been at it for quite a while and still has his head.
Surprisingly, in some ways.
My advice would be not to get caught in the churn of someone else's endeavors, whether they're as personable as Nico or as morally deficient as Lachlan. If you're going to get chewed up and spat out, it might as well be by your own ambitions, not theirs.
Poppy also kind of looks out at the water and says, "When you were my age, did you have moments like this?" And it's almost like she shouldn't have said that out loud, but she does.
If everyone in that building was honest with themselves, they've all had little moments like this.
It's an interesting balance beam between standing out and not getting in the way, I think.
Mm.
But honestly, Tylene, I've been so impressed by the people I've met. And yes, not all of them are winners, obviously. But
Always need something to compare and contrast with.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Um, but I've been really heartened to see that people like yourself are
Mm.
still pursuing art and pursuing what they want to do, and that there are ways to do it without, I don't know, succumbing to perhaps certain tendencies that we could after living for years and years and years.
Perseverance and resilience doesn't happen overnight.
No, probably
Everyone hits
not.
their lows, and we all do, and we all have. What you are after the impact, that's who defines who you are.
Thank goodness.
You just have to decide what that is.
Another difficult thing, but worth it, I'm guessing.
Only you can decide that.
I just got an idea for an art piece, as she says as she's like looking out over the water.
Share with the class.
It involves a lot of mirrors. That's all I'll say right now.
Oh, alert the Malkavians.
I know. Maybe I could partner up with somebody over there.
Oh, that would be fun.
Did you hear that? Sorry, some fireworks like right outside our window. That was terrifying. After Malkavians. Ah!
It's fine. I'm sure Lila has nothing to do with that one either.
Definitely not a Nosferatu.
Mm.
I will say the Malkavian that I've come to know a little bit has been truly lovely and honestly inspirational on an artistic level, which maybe is a little messed up, but I'll work it out.
Wouldn't discount them entirely, considering madness and artistic genius often go hand in hand, and there's more than a few Malkavian artists in the world.
Very true.
We have one here that champions the orchestra and the opera. Even helps run some of the events here with our dear Atherton.
What? Well, I definitely want to get involved with the opera. That sounds great. Who can I ask who it is?
That would be Dalton Reeve.
Dalton Reeve.
Severe man, very unpleasant, but very good at what he does.
Sometimes people who are musicians are like that.
Unlike the cult-like persona of Lachlan, there's no attempt at charm. You are getting scintillating judgment from the moment you speak to Dalton. You know exactly where you stand. You know exactly what you're getting.
Well, at least he's consistent with everybody.
Honest, at least.
Yeah. Very interesting.
But if you'd like, I could introduce you.
Sure. If you have time, I don't want to take up more time.
Come along.
Okay.
And I think from there, we can transition to our next scene. Okay. Kate. Let's start with you. You are getting to Wormslow. As you are walking through the front door, Bruno just gives you a nod unless you say anything to try and get his attention.
Nope, I just give him a polite nod.
Gives you one in return. And as you head in and you see all the aforementioned individuals, there are, of course, those that aren't mentioned just yet, but maybe you are looking for. I know you wanted to meet a particular individual, but who else is crossing your mind at the moment?
I'll go check in with Rook. He doesn't
Okay.
look like he's deep in a private conversation.
You see Rook standing next to a woman who looks like she would be at home in an overseas PMC. She's not tooled up
It's a
with
PMC.
a private military company.
Okay.
She's not decked out in like a hard vest or anything, no armor, nothing like that, no weapons, obviously. People would have some words with that. It'd be more than just Julius preventing that. But that sort of olives and tans and looks like they would be at home at a range. I don't mean home on the range. Which, given your time spent with Rook, that might explain a connection. And as you walk up, do you say anything or do you wait for him to acknowledge you first?
I'll give him a second, but I've also learned from my sire that sometimes you're only worth talking to if you talk first.
Okay. It's a few seconds, but he does sort of bring you in. He goes, "Ah, Thatch, this is Fulton. You may have seen her last week if you were present that night." Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. She holds out her hand. Nichelle Thatcher.
Kate Fulton.
Oh, but I have heard the name. Okay. Good, you made it past the first week.
Even survived Ava Lash tonight.
She kind of gives a look to Rook and smirks. Wow, okay.
Doing a bit of rounds with some of the Ventru.
He Rook does kind of smirk at that a little bit and just, oh, I'm assuming it went well.
It did.
Any fun stories?
It wouldn't be very professional to share, would it?
She looks and goes, events were never fun.
I've heard that before.
Right. So I have to do the Ventru thing because that's always what happens. What do you do?
I'm working on something official. For now, working with Veritas when I don't have another internship lined up.
Oh, oh, okay. Actually, it's good that the two of you are meeting. I might want to get you to give her something a little more somewhere between a pea shooter and a war crime for her to carry around.
Kate's
Or
eyebrows are definitely going to raise up at that.
so we're talking rocket launcher, air or ground to air missile. Yeah, I'm thinking something like that. Something she could mount in the back of her car.
Julius would love that.
They kind of look at you and start to laugh. No, I'm thinking something like she needs like a carbine or something to practice with if she's going to be working at Veritas for much longer. We can certainly come up with something for that. Something. She looks at you. She actually kind of stalks around you to kind of just get a sense of how tall you are. And actually, how tall is Kate? Minus
Kate
the heels.
is 5'11" without the heels.
And we got a hard reset Poppy. Suddenly she's going back and revising all her notes. But, okay, I might have some ideas. I'll bring some things to the armory over the weekend. Maybe you can get her started on some of that. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? You've ever fired anything larger than a 12 gauge, Fulton?
The first time for everything.
That's what I want to hear. Oh, look at that. You're not all boring fucks now, are you? Always a good time, Thatch. Always a good time. Now, as they're having a little bit of banter, is there anything you want to ask or?
Just checking in because he and I haven't run into each other at Veritas
Mhm.
much.
Oh, Halsey did mention we're supposed to spend a bit more time at the range together, so we're gonna make some time for that this weekend.
Understood.
And depending how you do, and if I feel comfortable with it, we're going on another ride along. Is there anything you say to that?
Sounds good. I'm seeing Redgrave tomorrow night, but we'll make time.
Figure it out. Good. You're making the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
All jokes aside, tonight went well.
It did.
Good. She looks at him like, God, the ability to drop in and out of professionalism is fucking mind-boggling.
That is our true clan gift.
Gift, curse, whatever you want to call it.
It's only a curse if you're not one of us.
Oh, that sounds like fighting words.
Just a bit of friendly banter.
Rook, you're gonna get me a guest pass for that night. Oh, I think that could be arranged. This would be fun and educational. All right then.
Nice to meet you, Thatch.
We'll see each other soon, I think. But as you start to waft out of that conversation, is there anyone in particular you want to find?
Not in particular. I know me as a player wants to, but Kate doesn't know that person yet to
Okay.
find.
You do see Atherton talking with a young woman in fanciful hair, stylish dress, and holding a larger cell phone in one hand. Kind of that half step between a phone and a tablet, which you don't know how they're fitting anywhere, but they are clearly proficient with. He does see you, gives a very polite nod. And he's giving you that sort of invitation of, do you want to interrupt and join, or are you just saying hello?
I'll make my way over.
Okay.
I don't think I've spoken to Atherton in a while, and it feels impolite not to.
Well, in the nominal sense that he is the host, whether or not he owns the house, he is in charge.
And with that comes a fair level of respect.
Mm-hmm. Miss Volton, it's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you, Mr. Atherton.
Hmm. Fulton, have you met Miss Madison Griffith? Griffith, yeah. Wow, that's an accent to try and do that name with. Wow. I needed more caffeine tonight instead of hibiscus.
Her name and that accent's just gonna be your vocal warm-up now.
It is now. Well, hello, Fulton. Nice to meet you. She holds out sort of a little dainty hand.
I will give a firm businessy handshake.
Now, with her trying to do a slight dainty, holding her hand out to you, you're trying to turn it into a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she goes with it at first and goes, oh, well, you're gonna have to correct those.
Oh,
Lady offers you her hand. She expects dainty and care.
I'm afraid I've been a part of a world for quite a while now that femininity can be a weakness.
Only if you let it be. You can twist it in on itself. Make them twist in on themselves.
Had a bit of that lesson tonight.
She's wearing the blouse at this moment, right? So
Mm-hmm.
trying to hide the more
Mm-hmm.
obvious. Well, I do declare you have some things to discuss, and I see someone I must surely go and have a conversation with. I'll return shortly. And Atherton sluices out of the conversation as he sees Ellie enter the room. And we're just going to shuffle back and
Atherton
forth
just
to that.
shoves people together he think would be fun and then like backs out to watch.
Hey, it's boring to have an ant farm that you can't control. And sometimes you just want to play Immortal Sims. Now, Kith. Now, as you are left with Madison, so what does the new Ventru get up to?
Making my rounds through a series of Venture internships,
Oh, and how are they going?
various degrees of well.
Hmm? Any that are holding your attention longer than a night?
There's still more to explore.
Hmm?
Ava Lashes was surprisingly interesting tonight.
Oh my. Planning on going back?
We'll see.
Oh, as a client or?
I'm afraid it would be a poor presenting myself poorly if I spilled any secrets from what happens there.
Oh, so you weren't a client then.
Again, I'm not going to tell.
Oh, well. So what brings a political powerhouse like the Childer of Vesper to Savannah?
Getting to stretch my legs on my own a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Get a feel for a new city, a new court.
Hmm. And how are you finding Savannah so far?
I'm enjoying it. Certainly a different change of pace, but it's got its merits.
Well, just be warned. Southern hospitality often hides the knife.
Oh, I was born and raised in Southern hospitality.
Really, where?
East Tennessee.
Oh, then you know. You hide the accent well.
Years of experience, but I grew up with church potlucks and junior auxiliary and debutante balls and all of that.
Hmm. Not a character. How well would Kate have gone back to hiding the accent after using it for maybe about 2 hours as part of that session?
Oh, immediately. I think this has become her real accent now,
Hmm.
and she had to work to bring it back because it's been from the moment she like left for college, she tried to get rid of it.
All right, so it's no longer her default.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think maybe once in a while her word choice rather than the accent comes through. Like words like buggy or roly poly, regional things like that.
Mm, okay. So I know why you're sent here. What do you want to do? What's the ambition that you're trying to fulfill?
Well, it wouldn't be the truth if I didn't say some form of politics, but this is a new city, a new chance to work my way up. What is it that you do here?
Oh, well, in more ways than one, I have a certain sense of the social pulse. And should you find yourself creating a bit of a situation that doesn't need to exist and gets photographed or tweeted about, I help to tamp it down, turn up the noise, the signal ratio, to make it look like anything other than what it was.
Crisis management.
Crisis, HR, or PR, and in some cases, smear campaign when delightfully necessary.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, it's certainly far from dull.
So you've always got your pulse on everything, both kindred and kind. Staying ahead of the story.
Sometimes creating it. Sometimes a well-placed 144 characters can move mountains. Or at least bury someone under a mountain when desired.
Would it be rude of me to ask your clan? Haven't seen you in any of our meetings.
Well, he wouldn't, since she just glances at you for a moment. Toreador,
Should have guessed.
you should have. But we should connect off school grounds one day. I'm sure we could have all kinds of fun out in the wild world.
In a professional capacity, or
Let's see what happens.
I'll give you my number.
And she does take a moment to, as she starts to input your number, like, that motherfucker. Sorry, I have to go deal with a problem.
Have fun.
And she is furiously tapping away at her device in a way that has a little more maximum conviction.
Did she leave to do that, or she's still standing there?
Oh, she's left to go and do that. She has
Okay.
the number. Numbers have been changed, but it's just during the act of inputting the number, she has to go destroy a soul. And we're just going to change over to Ellie for a moment. As you are wafting into the building, I do have to ask one question. Now, you're not wearing your obfuscated disguise because you can't
Correct.
here.
Yeah.
But did you go and get changed, or are you wearing the accoutrement of tonight's festivities?
I think some of Ellie's, like, Ellie still feels like they need to still practice their lesson in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's a little bit of, like, no, I won't change. And then picks up Lila about, like, the moment they're approaching the gates,
Mm-hmm.
kind of goes in their head, I should have changed, but it's too late now. So all that
I'll
to
tell
say,
you this.
very much in their clothing.
As soon as you would have picked up Lila, Lila's driving. So you would have had time to at least
we don't have
change
any of
or adjust.
we don't have any of that fun banter where I might be driving this time. No, I think it's still the same. I think Ellie decides, no, this is time. I will be in this outfit, and then approaches the gate and
Do
it's like,
you
I
dress
should
it
have.
down where you remove that binder, or do you leave that in place and just
I
roll
think
with it?
Ellie doesn't trust any adjustment they make to be better than what they have. So they will keep everything.
Fair enough. Lila decided that once you had left the Warrens, she was going to put on her own, maybe not matching, but she's wearing like a proper corset to go with hers, and leather pants, and like a bolero jacket. Because life is too short not to live out lewd.
Ellie does go, I guess we're going out the night on the town.
Well, sometimes you just want to be seen,
Eh,
which is really fucked up because this.
yeah. Oh, do you want to know what was hilarious?
Always.
So, the face I had and then adjusted was like that was it was
Was that
someone
your
who had a
guy?
very similar. That was my guy.
That was your guy.
That was my guy. It was
You
so
were
weird.
wearing the guy
I
of the
was wearing the
guy.
guy, and he was the guy, and he had no idea. Like talk about narcissist, but not narcissistic enough to even recognize your own face. Wild.
That's amazing.
Anyway, I feel like I've learned a really important lesson there, which is make sure you're definitely not going to run into the person that you're masking.
Okay, so hypothetical.
Uh-huh.
Okay, follow me? You're on board?
I'm following 100%.
Okay, great. So at what point does that become masturbation?
Okay, so
The staggered silence is not helping your case.
no. I'm thinking because like
And then,
it's at
like,
a certain
that's when
point. Yeah.
the window is coming down in front of Julius as they're having that part of the conversation. And he's
and
just,
Ellie is like in a gesture that is very much compromising. Hi, Julius.
just let them through. I don't even want to. And you are sent on through. You park. Now, do you give Bruno any shit or you just walk on through?
Just my usual hey Bruno
Mhm.
on my way in.
Lila, on the other hand, sort of just walks up and does that little like fingertip along the chin. Hi, sweetie. Lila. She gives you like a smeary lipstick print kiss on the cheekbone before she scuttles off to go deal with whatever she's gonna go do.
I I do quickly because I don't know if there's a mirror immediately nearby. I just
As
look at Bruno and just go,
oh, this happens when you're already inside.
"Oh, inside. Oh, good.
So
That's
you get that
fantastic."
big mark, and that's when you find Atherton walking up to you to produce a handkerchief.
Timing is impeccable as always,
Oh,
Mr.
well, we do
Atherton.
strive for a certain amount of hospitality perfection here. Now,
Um,
here's the question. Do you hand it back to him or do you keep it?
I do kind of take a second to read and
Oh,
goes,
no, that's now yours, darling.
"Got it. Thank you." um, have
How
you?
was your night?
It was very well, thank you.
Well,
How was yours?
I was just getting started here, but nice to see more folk.
I doesn't seem as busy, so I imagine a little more free time for yourself.
Oh, free time and less feeling like my hair's on fire is always a benefit.
Mm-hmm. um, so have you seen Fitz around?
Fitz. I do believe I saw him with Mr. Hezekiah earlier.
Thank you. I will go ahead and look for them. Appreciate your hospitality as always, Mr. Atherton.
Of course. And he steps out of the way for you to walk on by.
Okay. That social interaction was completed. Um, Ellie is going to start.
Little check mark on the internal HUD.
I actually have a thing on my character sheet that is a put a dot of social interaction. Have very few dots left for this evening, so we'll see. But Ellie will start looking towards where Fitz might be.
Okay. It is going to take you a little bit to find them, but somewhere on the second level, where you're used to seeing Petra, you do find Edward and Fitz just discussing something. Nothing very loud or very secretive, just chatting away. So it's the sort of like walkway that surrounds or sort of overlooks the main hall. So you get a bit of a look down into it.
I will start making my way over to them and be approaching it from Fitz's side so Fitz can see me, and I'll be waving as I walk forward.
He's going to politely excuse himself, and he'll walk away from a nodding Edward, who is going off to find some other conversation. You see Jub skittering along the edge of that railing that overlooks the down below. There is a bit of a sound that comes from Atherton that you're not used to, which is almost like a controlled, not a hush, but a ahem. And you do see Fitz stop mid-step, holds out his hand, and the creature crawls back up his arm and onto his shoulder. The benefit of having very few people in the room is that he's much more easily able to see these little transgressions that go against the rules of the house. Basic decorum. Fitz rolls his eyes and kind of steps a little further away from the railing, so whatever he does or says next can't be as immediately seen. But for a moment, you do have some privacy. Hey, kid, what's up?
Hey, question for you. And Ellie basically looks around to see if this is like private enough to bring this, or Ellie actually just goes, "You think this
You
is
actually
private
see
enough spot?"
Jub follow your gaze for a moment, where it just goes, eh? As if trying to see if there's anyone else listening.
Do you think this is a private enough spot?
It depends what the conversation is, but usually no.
Do you think we could find a more private spot?
Why don't you come over here, whisper in my ear what this is about, and I can decide from there.
And Ellie goes to the to Fitz's ears and goes, "I'm on."
Hand on shoulder, slow march to a very cloistered little parlor.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's what I figured.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And he does not stop until a door is closed behind him.
So have you interacted?
What do you think?
Sounds like it based on the fact that you scurried me away.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. We don't talk about him here.
Where do you? Because I don't think downstairs is a very good option either.
Good, smart, you're learning. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't like to let the everybody across different fences know much about him at all if we can avoid that.
Yeah, I kind of figured that's why I only brought it up to you. Well, yeah. So
The hesitation is not encouraging.
I was also going to ask Lila,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't mention to Lila specifically what it was about. Um, the How worried should I be if someone that I am frankly kind of terrified of is giving me responsibilities? Should I be confident that Boss is aware?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay. Because I was a little worried that since Boss hasn't mentioned anything to me, that our good friend might be acting of his own accord. Because it's very hard to tell.
I mean, we're all acting of our own accord.
Hmm.
I'm sure he's got his own plans.
Has he experienced any plans that go against, I don't know, our safety?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. I'm just a little concerned because
Good, he's a fucking terrifying monster.
yeah, and he's giving me a job and not telling me why because the classic, oh, that's not for you to know, that's above your pay grade, whatever.
Yeah, that tracks. We've all done work for him.
What type of work have you done for him?
Above your pay grade.
Yeah, great. That's so helpful.
Hey, you know what I do, right? I find shit. So extrapolate from there.
Mm-hmm.
You find a very different scope of shit, right? I source
Yes.
things, you source information. Hand in hand, it all does something at the end, right?
Yeah, that something thing is what I'm kind of concerned about though.
Okay, so what has he got you doing that you're all scared of?
He's got me getting whatever information I can on the New Bloods. Basically spying on them the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I fail to see how that's a problem.
Well, is he trying to get information for I just it's a little hard to trust someone whose introduction is whispers in the hallways and then appearing in front of your face in a classic haunted house jump scare.
I mean, I think it's older than the haunted house stories, so we had to get them from somewhere, right?
Was he here even before Boss?
The way I understand it, he was here since it was Sabat territory.
And he's not.
Oh, right. You haven't been one of us for very long. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so it's a little weird with us. Sabat, Camarilla, Anarchs, none of that shit matters downstairs. It does, but it doesn't.
Uh-huh. So
It's
there are
always
some
clan first, sectional politics, deeply tertiary.
so there are some of us downstairs who are not necessarily welcome here.
Well, I mean, some of that's just based on how you look.
True that. My conversation with the prince about where we can chat with others outside of here was uneventful.
Well, at the end of the day, it ain't his problem.
It's true. It's no wonder that no one really, none of the other clans really hang out with us a lot outside of here.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's true everywhere.
Hmm.
Not every place has an Elysium where we're all welcome. Maybe put that in your head too to think about. I ain't gonna make any apologies for the guy or nothing. I got my problems with him. Everyone does. But that ain't one of them.
What is your problem with him?
It's less I want to see him toppled and more a case of, wouldn't it be great if one of us was in charge?
Do you think he's more in charge than the boss?
I'm gonna step back out of character for a second. I think we were talking about two very different people.
I was thinking Mason.
Okay. I was thinking the prince.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because you were talking about the prince.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
I was referencing
Yeah.
the prince before. Yes.
So that's where it got
So
a little.
I'll say I can be more honest about.
Mhm.
Do you think he's more in charge than Mason?
You mean Eilish Joe down there?
Yeah.
I'm sure in some places, yeah.
Hmm.
In other ways, in other places, no.
Weird how suddenly downstairs, I used to feel really safe, just got a little creepier.
Well, here's the thing. In every city, it's kind of fucked up downstairs.
Hmm. This is the first one I've encountered that has at least some traps.
Your old city didn't have traps?
It had well, it was honestly a little more structured than this one.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's gonna haunt me for a little bit. A warren with no traps.
Probably had some, but
That's disturbing in its own way.
I wasn't there for very long.
Fair. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get your help with this one day. You're gonna help me build some of the traps, some of the new ones.
Ellie immediately goes into a like really evil grin.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. What? They're not static. We gotta change them up a little bit. You know, one person gets used to the idea that the trap is right there. What happens if it's a foot to the left and a little more forward?
Yes.
And a little more gunpowder in the cap.
Well, that's just necessary.
I'm saying.
And also a trap that's a distraction for another trap, one that's very easy to spot, but just to pull your eye away from the big spikes above you.
Who'll let you read my notes?
I play a lot of dungeon crawlers.
Okay, we're gonna hang out more, kid.
Nah. Well, thanks for your for not breaking my shoulder when you brought me in here, and also
I didn't.
Nope.
I'm gonna fix that. Anywho.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
anyways.
giving me some info.
Yeah. Keep that shit quiet. We don't talk about him here. Ever.
Great. I will go to a separate island that has a lighthouse where no one else ever goes, and at midnight on top of the lighthouse, I'll think about him once.
We could just, get in a car and have a conversation.
Oh,
But if you
that's
want to
so
go
much extra
full,
effort.
yeah, really, because going full, the moon flies high over Krakow. Yeah, that makes it calm. Next, you're going to be telling me about meeting over the bridge of spies. What the fuck is wrong with you? Gen Z has problems. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to move some discount lunch boxes. Do you know where I can send those?
Out of character, do I know what discount lunch boxes mean?
Sorry, what I meant was knockoff, not discount.
Just actually knock off
Yeah.
lunch boxes. I could probably find someone who would buy them to keep other deals they've made under wraps.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Gotta get rid of these things by the end of the week.
What are your you got a big debt to owe?
I don't. I just want to be left holding the bag of some stolen knockoff merchandise that, well, didn't go through some port inspection rules.
Well, as usual, your business ventures continue to fascinate.
As long as I keep you guessing. All right, kid, off I go.
Okay.
And as he sluices out of the room, I think that's a good time for us to take a small break. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone, to Savannah by Night. We're catching up with a smaller selection of our neonates this evening, but no less chaotic, rambunctious, and vaguely self-destructive in their own ways. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. In any case, back at Elysium, the vaunted grounds of Wormslow, we pick back up with Poppy as she has left the docks in their conversation with Tylene, perhaps with a new small set of understandings between them. As you are heading back in, I do have something written for you, but is there someone in particular you are looking for, or just waiting to see what happens?
Was Tylene gonna introduce me to our opera Malkavian?
Right, that was it.
Terrifying.
You see Atherton having a spirited conversation with a, well, severe expressioned man with a, I'm not quite sure how to describe a haircut like this, but if a sort of mod haircut could be angry,
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to describe Dalton's everything. But he's not shouty or angry. It's just his severity seems to exude past him like an aura. And as you find Atherton, oh, well, hello again, Miss Stewart.
Hello, Atherton. How are you?
Doing well. You look marvelous.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, and Tylee sort of steps into you. Oh, my. Well, I am remiss to pay the same form of compliment. You look spectacular tonight, Miss Verhoeven. Well, thank you, Atherton. And Dalton, have you met our dear Poppy? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. And he
Nice to meet you.
very directly offers her hand.
I'll take it.
And in a mirror of a previous interaction, there is no dainty quality to it. It is a firm, correct handshake, but it is not in that I am trying to crush your hand type of way. It's just incredibly succinct and to the point. And you notice a certain economy of motion
Mm-hmm.
in a way that almost seems practiced, despite the fact that there can be no rehearsal for conversation.
Right.
But aspects like a handshake have their patterns. Ah, yes. Our dear Dalton here is the conductor of the local opera and musical theater scene.
That's incredible. I really, really hope to come and see a performance at some point. Are you working on anything right now?
Oh, yes, we have a revival of an old favorite of mine, premiering next week.
Incredible. What is it?
Carmina Burana.
Very fun. Very fun. Very dramatic.
I did have to let the tenor go, unfortunately, so hopefully we have someone more adept for the part.
Oh no, what happened?
Failure to commit.
Ah, rehearsal schedule stuff?
More that they should be off page by now, and they're not.
Oh. And with something as classic as Carmina Burana, you gotta be off book.
Just so. Well, Poppy, what is it that you do?
Oh, I'm an artist, though currently I am gainfully employed at Nico's jewelry shop.
Oh, I know Mr. Roush. We go way back.
Oh, incredible. Where did you all meet?
Here.
That makes sense.
Hmm. The show isn't quite sold out yet, but if you are struggling to find tickets, let me know.
Oh, I certainly will. Can I give you my number? Great.
And like his other actions, it's very swift, very direct. He only needs to hear the number once.
Yeah. What does he wear as a person? What is his style
It is
like?
a well cut, but not ostentatious suit jacket and matching pants. A black dress shirt. But instead of just being black on black on black, there is a bit of a not glitter, but not quite satin finish to the shirt, as if to be like an accent piece.
Mm-hmm. I think Poppy will like note his shirt. Say, I really like your shirt. Kind of under her breath will say it.
Hmm. Thank you. I try to keep things a little professional without being distracting, but when not conducting, it's good to have a well, a little bit of an accent piece where we can get away with it.
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite piece that you conduct? I'm sorry, I've never met a conductor.
Uh, well, so kind of you to ask. Most don't have the forbearance to consider it. Many conductors have something historical that they prefer. I'm no different, but we also have our private projects that we've been conducting and refining over the years that draw us back in when we get the time.
Do you also compose, or is it another
Of
artist's work that
course.
Amazing. What kind of compositions do you like to make?
Depends on the season, I suppose. A great deal of sweeping bombast when I can. Something somber and emotionally destabilizing other years.
That's beautiful. I like the changes.
Well, every great piece has its movements. There's supposed to be something that moves through them like a leitmotif, but it has to change, or else you're stuck playing the same note over and over again.
Right. And then you get scales.
You get the production equivalent of someone playing on the Ritz,
Hmm.
which we don't allow. State law.
Is can she tell if he's joking or not?
You want to roll for that?
Yeah, kinda. Because I don't know if I think Poppy's like kind of dancing a line here.
Mm-hmm.
She really, really likes the way he talks about music.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll
So I
something for
think
that.
she's nervous. So I think it's a little like, wait,
We'll put it out of
okay,
5 just because I find this kind of fun.
great.
So
Um,
perception, empathy.
great.
Do you have
Fif-
heightened senses?
Uh, where would that be on my
Do you have
sheet?
aspects?
I do not have
Okay, never
aspects. I
mind.
have celerity and presence. Okay. Out of 5, I'm
Mm-hmm.
rolling 5 dice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is 2 failures, 3 successes, no ones, no tens.
So 3 successes?
3 successes.
Okay. That's counting the ones as well, right?
Uh, There were
So you
no
would have
ones.
no ones. Okay, nicely
No
done.
ones.
The only way I can describe this is that he wishes it was state law.
Okay. So I think
That
she.
that he would be allowed to punish anyone that did something so simple,
Ooh. Ooh, I love that.
offensively mediocre. If you've ever seen Whiplash,
Amazing. Okay, Poppy catching on to that would
mhm,
say, I feel the same way about anything that Jeff Koons ever makes, sculptures or otherwise.
he does get a confused but interested expression. Tylene will sort of lean in very quickly and explain the reference. And he goes,
The terrible
ah,
helium balloon dogs.
that is offensive.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And totally commercialized, and we don't need that. We need new stuff.
Hmm. New stuff with an appreciation for the tried and true.
Agreed.
Hmm. Well, Miss Stewart, this has been a lovely interaction.
It's so good to meet you. I hope to see you around, and I would absolutely love to see you perform.
Hmm. Oh, I just conduct. It's the others that perform.
Fair.
But let me know if you can't get tickets. We'll sort you out.
I will.
Hmm.
Thanks.
Hmm. Pleasure to see you, darling, Ms. Verhoeven. And she will sort of walk with you arm in arm for just a moment. Not so bad, right?
I really liked talking to him. It's kind of nice to talk to somebody. I mean, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm so very impressed and thankful that there are people here that really care about what they make and what they're part of, and
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
I don't
so
want to burst your
exciting.
bubble, but I
Yes.
would say if you were a musician, I would not recommend you work for him.
No, well, I mean, no, gosh, I would not want to for him.
No.
But watching him from the
And
audience
not in a
sounds
gross, creepy sort of way. I mean, in the way that he destroys lesser beings sort of manner.
right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, to the point where I'm not entirely certain that Tenor is still alive.
Really? She also has a moment of like, is she joking? How do I know if people are joking? But she'll move on from the thought and be like, well,
Hmm.
let's hope he left with a good story and maybe some community theater productions under his belt.
Or at least a nice little note in the posthumous catalog for the opera. Anywho, this is where I leave you for now. We'll make a point of taking you on a proper tour of SCAD tomorrow night if you have the time.
Oh, I would love that. Thank you so much. That would be great.
I'll have to decide which part of SCAD it is rather sprawling and all-encompassing of the county.
Hmm.
Bring one of your little friends if you want to have someone to go arm in arm with. I'd be
Oh,
curious to
sure.
see from an artist's point of view and someone who isn't.
That's a great idea. I'll bring someone. Someone cool.
Well, like art, that is subjective. Talk,
Correct.
and she will sashay off. But as she leaves the scene, another face enters that you kind of remember. But you didn't have a very long interaction with as you were being mm, out of character, piloted by me because you weren't able to make it that day. In
Ah,
character, you had to get going for something else.
yes.
You did meet her briefly uh, the next night at Elysium when you were waking up at the cottage,
Yes.
but you didn't get a full conversation with her. You did, however, get a interesting description about something from Cora.
Yeah.
As Olivia passes by, she gives you a very warm, polite smile.
Um, Poppy will do the. It's Olivia, right?
Uh, oh, yes, hi. Thank you for
Hi.
remembering.
Yes, I'm Poppy. I just wanted to say hi since we hadn't really gotten to talk. Um, how are you?
I'm doing well. It seems like you're getting on well here.
I'm doing my best. I'm trying to meet as many people as possible. And you're on my list, so sorry.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to go with me to the garden really quick so we can talk? I have to
Sure.
do something while I still can.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Okay. She's going to guide you to her car outside, and it is kind of a mid-range sedan, nothing really to write home about. And it's a very short drive. Would be much longer on foot, but a very short drive down to where the stone cottages or stone cottage is, but specifically parking next to the greenhouse. Just, thanks for indulging. I need to check on
Yeah,
these before I forget about it.
of course. What are you working on?
Well, come on. And she opens the door to the greenhouse and she ushers you in first. You can see an array of well, a little like the Voynich manuscript of things that doesn't quite add up to what you would expect. They almost seem like they are imitating something real that you know about,
Mhm.
but they're just uncanny enough in a variety of ways. Some of it is very subtle, like just a different coloration of the petals, but some of them is just the morphology is all over the place.
Amazing. Wow, you've created Jurassic Park, Olivia.
Okay, so here's the difference. Jurassic Park recreated something that used to exist. These
Hmm.
are unique.
Completely new?
Sort of. I mean, they're synthesized from actual things and then bred for certain things. And, well, you know how lemons and oranges started from the same plant?
Hmm.
How mustard and cabbage and radish, I think radish, all started as one plant and then it got selectively bred out to one thing or another, and you have all these varieties of different things. Oh, kale,
Hmm.
that's the other one.
Yeah, kale.
So
Never really caught on.
no,
No.
no. That it's also after my time. I mean, that wasn't a thing when I was still alive. So
Yeah, there was like a whole like PR for kale at one point in the early 2000s. That was wild,
yeah,
right?
I'm very glad I missed that period.
Yeah, it was not fun. Not fun.
Mm.
I
But this is what I work on.
This is amazing.
Mm.
Do these plants have like herbal powers that you use, or are you creating medicines?
Okay, some of these go straight into party drugs. That's all it really is. Um,
Amazing.
Yeah, just designer narcotics. It's fun. Yep. Have you met Rowley yet?
Yes, yeah. Raleigh and I are actually working on this like cool party thing.
Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna get a call from her then soon.
Yeah,
Some of this goes into that.
great.
I mean, like MDMA, just slightly different is really kind of the effect
Mm.
of some of these. Um, Other things are more just I find them fun.
Hmm.
Other things are for rituals.
Rituals. That's amazing.
I can't tell you which ones, but that's what they're for.
That's fair. That's fair. Should be a secret. Can I tell you something weird?
I just showed you my fucked up plants. I think you can tell me something weird.
Yeah, actually, this really goes along the line of our conversation.
Hmm.
One of the reasons I wanted to reach back out to you is that my friend Cora had some sort of dream or vision that you and I morphed into one being and were wearing some sort of fanciful outfit that worked and didn't work. Um, and it was just one of those things I was like, oh yeah, Olivia, I should reach out. Not that I believe in, fate or anything like that, but I just wanted to get to know you.
She leans back, arms crossed against the uh counter, like the wall to wall counter for
Mhm.
sort of the hydroponic aspect of this place. And she, what did the dress look like?
I'm not sure. Cora said that it looked like it was and wasn't something I would wear. I could
Huh.
ask her for specifics. I don't know if she'd remember. I don't know how often Cora has these fanciful, wonderful visions.
Huh.
Why?
Right. She's the Malkavian one. Okay. Yeah, I remember her now. Okay. Do you have a history with any kind of dress?
Uh, Not that I know of. I mean, I used to be dressed up in different clothes for different things, but I was basically somebody's Barbie doll for a hot second, she
If you could
says.
see the color leach out of someone's face as a vampire, that's when you would see it.
Oh.
Uh, been there.
Have you? I feel like this is a common theme. I was talking with somebody else literally last night, and they had a similar reaction to being dressed or being, I don't know, forced to present in a certain way. I guess we all are.
Yeah. I take it you got away from yours?
Uh, yes, hopefully. Well, I had to kind of flee from mine. My situation was a little dire.
Same.
I didn't mean to bring the mood down, but I am glad to know that other people have experienced it here. Um,
Is yours still alive?
I don't know. I'm not in contact with him. He kind of left me staked to a chair, she'll say.
Oh, oh, wow.
Yeah, not pleasant. Can't recommend. But now I'm here and hopefully far, far away from that person. Hopefully. Though I
Hopefully.
can't help but occasionally think he'll just waltz into Wormslow and I'll have to pretend like everything's okay.
She does look away for a moment at that, sort of chewing at the inside of her lip. And you can see a little quiver in the bottom lip for just a moment before it's reined back in. She goes, that's a nightmare I still kind of wake up to.
Yeah. Maybe, I mean, maybe that's why Cora saw us wearing the same dress. I don't know. Anyway,
Hmm.
it is nice to meet you. I'm really sorry to bring it down. Um, but it is nice to meet you.
You too. Um, oh, hold on a second. And she's going to take out some very small flower shears. And she goes over to looks to be not quite right blue hibiscus. She's going to take a small clipping. I usually tell people to press this between the pages of a book, but you just do it under a pillow or something. It doesn't really matter.
What does it do?
You seem like the adventurous type.
You clocked me. Yeah, I'm really curious. I'll do this morning.
And she will find a small little, uh, almost like a garden tool tote bag, like the kind that just sits on your hip, but it's really just maybe it holds your gloves and that's really about it. Maybe a
Mhm.
tool, but it's something you could just sit this in.
Got it.
That way it's protected and not being crushed. But, Alcavians, man. Am I right?
Very inspiring somehow. I know I was just talking with Tylene and realizing that this vision that Cora had has kind of inspired an art piece I want to work on, which is very fun. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't want it to be I never want to steal somebody else's story, of course.
Well, you have to let me know when you make some progress on it. I'd like to see.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Trying to decide if it's going to be happening, an event, a performance
Oh,
piece, or
please
if
don't say
it's
happening.
I can't. Well, it's not. It's hard to come up with vocabulary outside of happening sometimes. So it's right there for the taking. Do you have another word that you'd prefer I use for a performance art piece?
An event,
Okay, that's
performance.
yeah. Okay, well, okay, Olivia. It's
Anytime somebody says happening, I expect a whole chorus to be doing this bullshit.
ooh, bongos and berets. I'm sure there's a slam poetry scene. Actually, I would like to go and kind of heckle from the back.
Oh, oh, there is one.
You've been
I went there for a date once. I don't recommend it.
a slam poetry date? That's a very specific date.
And only one date.
Okay, okay. That's
There,
fair.
there was no second date. They picked that as a
No,
first date.
that's a bad call. That is a bad call. Unless they wanted to get rid of you, which I don't see why anyone would.
He asked me out, so I don't know what his
Man,
plan was.
weird.
I wish I could
Weird.
blame it on him being just the worst kind of toreador, but it was just a guy.
He's just a guy.
Just a guy.
That's kind of scary. That's a little scary. We need, give them podcasts instead. No slam poetry. That's very funny. Wow. Well, hopefully next time I see you, it's on a dance floor or doing something fun. I didn't mean to come in and trauma dump on you in your safe space.
Well, it is comforting in its own weird, messed up way.
It is. It is. Yeah. Kind of like how the group of new bloods, we all came in, and on that one night, we saw a guy get his head blown off. That's trauma bonding, probably.
Well,
Anyway,
this is gonna sound insane, but you know what I found a bit of comfort in?
what?
Finding a murderous old granny bully that just looks out for all the kids. Do you have one
Tell
of
me
those in
about. No. Do you? Where do I
Yeah,
find one?
Tremere.
A murderous granny bully?
Yeah. Everyone needs a good bully on their side. The kind that will
Wow.
literally burn a house down with someone in it.
I mean, that sounds mildly crazy, but also very comforting. You're right. That does sound comforting.
I
Someone to fight
mean,
for you.
you just gotta find someone that you activate the mama bear urges with, or papa bear, whichever your leaning is.
Yeah. Huh? That's very interesting. I actually haven't met very many Tremere. I met Paul the other night.
Oh, Paul's a sweetheart.
He was
He seems like someone who can't tie his own shoelaces most of the time, but he's a sweet kid.
Yeah, he seemed nice. He seemed nice. Well, maybe I'll keep an eye out for a murderous granny bully.
Oh, maybe I should introduce you to her.
Sure, an introduction's even better.
Not tonight. I don't really know where she is, and I feel like if I
No worries.
introduce you to her that way, all those words would be true in the wrong way.
Fair. Fair.
Funny, but
Okay.
from very afar.
Got it.
Hmm.
Well, cool.
So, just give me a few minutes just to make sure everything's kind of pruned and taken
Yeah.
care of in here, and then we can head on back.
Take your time. And I think during that moment, Poppy's gonna look at her phone and be like, I haven't heard from Cora or Martel, or I mean Artem, not
It'd be
or
weird if you
Martel.
heard from Martel.
Martel, we're breaking the fourth wall. Cora or Artem. Be like, I haven't heard from them. Nobody else except for Kate has acknowledged my selfie. Feeling a little weird about it. I'm
And
curious.
you will notice in those kind of chats, there's usually a scene.
Mm-hmm.
No one outside of Kate has seen it yet.
Man. Poppy's like, maybe they're just having a very busy night.
Mm.
Maybe they're hunting and having fun without her, which is fine, I guess.
I will say that by the time that she's done pruning and watering and taking clippings and stuff, somewhere in the mix of that, you do get her number if that's what you want.
Yes, would love.
Okay. And as you are driving on back, we're going to transition over to Kate. Now, I do have something written for you, but are you wandering around just taking in the scenery for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna see if I can spot anyone else. I know Poppy's supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm. We can get to that in a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh, I'm intrigued to see what you have for me.
mm,
Might regret saying that in about 2 minutes, but
it'll be sooner than that. As you are
Sam, don't look
wandering,
so happy. He's coming for you next.
mm-hmm. Sam doesn't know
But
the
it's
things that
not
I
me
write.
now, so it's fine.
Sam forgets the fact that I leave things out of my notes for him. As you are walking through the space, just sort of people watching, maybe decompressing after the fact that you have hit the ground running tonight and haven't stopped since. Perhaps learning some wrong lessons from your client this evening. You hear on your left, hola, before they step around and they're on your right.
Vega.
Miss Fulton, how are we?
Doing all right tonight. How about yourself?
No major obstacles yet. I thought it'd be a good time for us to get to know each other.
I'm trying to think outside of like seeing her blow Max's head off. I was leaving the bar when she walked in, so I don't think
Hmm.
we've had
You
any
saw her
conversations.
once
Hmm.
in Elysium. You clocked her, she was clocking you,
Hmm.
and that's it.
But we haven't spoken before.
You have not spoken.
Just wanted to make sure.
Mhm. And she's going to lead you through the room, just in a meandering path, not in any particular direction or towards any room, just a little circuitous lap of the room. Not getting into any trouble, are we?
Of course not.
You wouldn't be lying now, would you?
Not at all.
So what have you been getting up to?
A lot of interning, learning my way around the range at Veritas.
And are we still useless with a gun, or are we getting competent?
Improving.
Good. Which leads me to my next question. What are your aims?
I haven't settled on anything specific yet, but I'm working with Redgrave tomorrow. I think that could be an intriguing path.
Mm-hmm. I understand you've been on at least one ride along with Rook.
I have, and he made mention of a potential other.
Mm.
My skills line a more administrative leaning, but I'm not going to rule out the potential to stay with Veritas.
That would be a stepping stone. At least I would hope it is.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, stepping stone to what?
I know you won't take this personally, but I don't see myself as trying to step towards deputy or anything of the sort.
Sorry, can you say that for me once more? You cut out.
I said, I know you won't take this with any offense, but I can't see myself stepping towards deputy or anything in your line of work.
Oh, reason?
It's not my forte. Strengths lie in other areas.
Hmm.
We all have our skill sets.
One would hope. Administrative. So you would like to be doing what?
Organizing information, organizing people. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss the hustle and bustle of DC and the politics of it all.
Politics here are slower, but no less cutthroat.
Not at all.
So what role would you see for yourself?
Long term,
Short term, long term, any term.
I think short term, I've got my eye set on learning from Redgrave. In addition to her hospitality empire, I think it would be a good place to set myself with my clan's whip.
Ah. The Ventro party line. Smooth, orderly. Good.
Proceeding with confident caution. As much of an oxymoron as that seems, you know enough of my kind to understand.
So long as it doesn't cross into hubris, we shouldn't have any problems.
I would say that's not my goal, but I don't think it ever is for hubris.
Well, you should hate to have to find out the hard way.
Of course, I've seen the consequences more than once.
What happened last time?
It was a sword.
Oh, classic.
But nonetheless messy.
Clean stroke or multiple hacks?
Clean stroke. Confident. Necessary.
Merciful. Or just efficient?
Both.
Hmm.
Justice must be dealt. Doesn't mean you have to take joy in it, a lesson I learned that day.
Well, it can sometimes.
I do hope our conversations are few and far between. Being on your radar is not something I want to be.
Ah, how you wound me. But that's far smarter than most in your position. I hope that when a situation arises, you aren't foolish enough to not call me.
No, I've been told your number is one of the first to call.
Oh? What's the other?
Primogen, of course.
Is that it?
Yes. Maybe Innsbruck, depending on the situation.
Ah,
We
there
won't
it
find that
is.
out, will we?
In your age group, it's always a when, not an if. Best just keep in mind where my number sits in your contact list.
I won't forget it.
See that you don't, or I will be happy to remind you.
Trust me, I won't need that reminder.
I don't trust anyone.
That's why you have your job.
No, it's because I kill people that I have my job. Trust keeps me, or rather, a lack of trust is what keeps me in the job.
course.
Good evening, Miss Fulton.
Good evening, Miss Vega.
And she will confidently stride off and into the crowd. Thin as it is, he still finds a way to disappear through it. Ellie.
Hello.
Let me get back down to my notes. So, you can see Petra at, well, not her usual perch, but against a pillar, simply observing from ground level for once, but no less scrutinizing what she can see and who she can see. Now, you could go talk to her, or maybe there's someone else that you are thinking of.
I'm happy to go talk to Petra.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the way I approach, because I'm in my dress from earlier this evening, is I come in like a little bit like showing, ah,
And
as I approach.
she's going to reach out a little dainty hand, reaching for yours. She's going to lift it up high and get you to do a little twirl for her.
Ellie does a little twirl.
Okay. Well, now, this is well outside your comfort zone. Good for you.
Thanks, I hate it.
So do I. Let me guess, Lila.
Yeah, I got some of it from shopping, and the rest Delilah assisted with. It did I do like it, but in a sort of I can tolerate being dressed this way for a certain amount of time.
Uh-huh. Well, as much as I'd like to dissect the wardrobe choices, how did it go?
It went better. I learned a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I did not fully embarrass myself in front of Miss Lash. And had a good experience learning to this is Smogle's actually thinking. Um, learning to read people to and learning oh this is the thing, learning that you don't have to just raise your voice in order to command a room.
No, it does help though.
Certainly does help sometimes, but it
One of
doesn't
the
always have to happen.
one of the fun ones I've seen is raise your voice for a moment, then bring it right back down low, quiet, draws them in.
I've also learned Venture hate when you sound like you're asking a question at the end of sentences.
I'll let you in on a little secret. No one does.
Okay, well, it was more obvious in this one.
You mean the professional dominatrix doesn't like it when you are stammering and unsure of yourself? Who could have foreseen such a bizarre happenstance?
Yes, we all learned things tonight.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn about yourself? You liked it, didn't you?
Ellie's also like, I've also learned maybe I did enjoy it. It also helped that I seemed to recognize the person who was my client, so had some extra fun.
Oh, you cheated.
I didn't cheat. Was just randomly assigned.
Oh, well, good on you for being industrious enough that you have enough little things out in the wild to add up. Good for you. Now do more of that. And like we said before, blow up a few cars, make a few statements.
Oh yes, I can certainly do that.
You need to make me believe it. Less of a question at the end of it. Come on.
I can certainly do that.
Better. Now, what's your next step?
Well, my advantage tends to be gathering, having information on people I can use to my advantage. So a little bit of that is helping not having to sneak around as much to coax info out of some. But also, so here's the thing. It's coaxing information out of people, but also not giving away too much information about yourself about what you know.
Mm-hmm. So, basic spycraft, yes, go on.
Yeah, Tabby was usually way more impressed when I said that to her.
I
So
can't imagine why.
so it's a I'm I've been noticing the give and take of people won't give any information if you don't tell them anything, but also being able to tell just enough that they believe it without fully lying.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't
And
answered
also
my
avoiding
question.
getting threatened. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, avoiding getting threatened, yeah, that's usually a good way to go. But what's your next step? You're telling me the skill set's being used, but you're not telling me what you're going to do next and to whom and why. I can't be expected to help you if I don't know what your career path is.
Well, I am working on getting my vehicle together to be a little bit more of a uh, observation station, shall we say.
Okay. Good, you have a tool that you have a selection of purposes for, understood. But what's the goal with that? What are you planning to destroy next? Whom are you planning to destroy next?
I'm not sure yet.
Hmm. I suppose when you are sufficiently motivated, you get creative.
I can be.
Hmm. You'll have to tell me when it happens so that I know how to direct you.
I certainly will. If you'll excuse me, I need to start coming up with master plans.
Oh dear, we shouldn't get in the way of that now, should we?
Certainly.
Ta-ta.
And Ellie walks away.
As you're walking away is when I would say Poppy is walking into the room with, well, actually not Olivia, as she had to drive away. She can't just leave the clippings in her car. But you see some of the aforementioned NPCs from the list. You do see Ellie walking through the room. Not where they were exactly, as you're catching them mid-stride. Fulton, also mid-stride, but alone.
Poppy will go up to Kate. Hi.
Hi.
How's your evening?
It's been good.
Oh, good, good.
Oh, just a moment. Ellie, I didn't think I'd be seeing you again so quickly.
Hi.
Greetings, all.
Ellie and I ran into each other at work earlier.
We certainly
No
did.
way.
And Poppy, you
What-
were at the gazebo, so you know what Kate was supposed to do that night. Because that was discussed the night
Oh,
before.
yes, it was. So a very fun work night for the both of you.
It was.
Certainly.
What'd you have to do?
I just had to show them this. No, I didn't.
Your face? Right.
No.
Ellie had
Yeah.
borrowed another. Choice wasn't bad.
Good.
It worked for the client that was necessary.
What kind of clients go to her? Or can you say?
We
It's
have
more
some.
professional not to.
Mhm.
Poppy like has a moment of like, they have a secret. They're friends and they have a secret.
I would
And
hate to be
I'm
on
over
Lash's bad
here.
side.
I
Or
believe
love
it.
to.
Well, that is a bold choice.
We've learned so much about you just now, Ellie. Wow.
Hmm.
Why was this a work thing? This sounds like a pleasure thing as opposed to a business trip.
I mean, it is a job for some.
Yeah.
And training for others.
Training. What did you train for? What do you do, Ellie?
What any other members of my little group tend to do? Hang out in the sewers. Come out, have a little fun, and then go back to the sewers.
And collect information in the process.
Mm. And tying people up and getting them to call you mommy is part of getting information, I guess.
I mean, unless Ellie's experiences was different than me, I wouldn't say it went that far this time.
Oh, I assumed.
While we are both new to this, I can't imagine Lash would want us to mess up any relationships with her clients.
So were you just there to berate people and practice getting information out of them, Ellie?
Again, can't really talk about exactly what happened, but it was whatever the client wanted.
Fascinating.
Don't forget, they're signing up for it.
Right.
With key boundaries in place, as there should be at any such establishment.
Very interesting. I just find it kind of surprising that, you know, that's part of training for you all. It's very interesting.
Are you directing that to both of us or just to Ellie?
Both of you.
Well, lashes of Ventru. Been learning from each of them in turn.
Could you see yourself doing something like that, Kate?
I don't know. Tonight was barely dipping our toes into the shallow end of all that Lash does, so.
There was toe stuff. Wow. Oh, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Is it something you're interested in, Poppy?
I don't know. I mean, it sounds like a power trip, which, I mean, who wouldn't want a little more power? But I'm not sure. I mean,
Well, people who attend.
Oh,
They like
people
being
who
on the
attend.
receiving end.
I mean, I've done my fair share of that before. I could, I don't know. I haven't met Ava Lash, so I wouldn't know. Anyway,
Would you like to meet Ava Lash?
probably yes. To be honest, Kate, probably yes. Yeah.
I'll make
That sounds
introductions
great.
next time we see her here.
Oh, amazing. Would you? I mean, I'm gonna be. Just let me know like 5 minutes ahead of time so I can go and like stare at myself in the bathroom and really get into character.
Like I told Ellie, anytime you address an older Ventru, confidence is key in every answer you have.
That's so scary and beautiful.
It's just a fact of life for us.
Yeah. I just met Olivia officially. Very interesting botanist, horticulturalist individual. She uses plants to do many, many things, one of which is rituals. Have either of you ever experienced a ritual? Like from our kind, not like, you know, the Wiccans in the 90s in the woods.
I think Tremere are pretty. I keep their secrets closely guarded.
Yeah. It just makes me more curious. She gave me this flower and she'll like take out the blue hibiscus and she won't open it all the way. And she told me to put it under my pillow. This won't kill me, right? We don't think it'll kill me?
Ellie, do you have any experience?
I mean, I can certainly take a quick, I can certainly look it up later and give you an answer.
I mean, if you want. I don't want to ruin your Nosferatu time of scurrying in the Warrens and then coming up to these things and then scurrying back to the Warrens.
I never said scurrying, but yes.
What did you say?
No, I
I
just
heard scurrying.
I just said we come out at night.
Anyway, before I embarrass myself further, I'm going to head on out. Probably.
Are you done for the evening?
Well, actually, I was going to.
It is mid-evening, so you still got
Yeah.
a fair amount of time. You don't have to obviously stay here, but
Yeah. She is embarrassed and confused, I think.
Trying to get out of this conversation.
And trying to be like,
I have to go do the thing.
Ellie's here and I don't know what the vibe is. And so she uses that as an excuse. I was going to go meet Sebastian Stanford. And I think I saw him earlier and I want to catch him before he leaves. So, I'll catch you later. Hopefully I won't be dead post flower nap.
I was going to go get something to eat afterwards. I know this one has very particular tastes, but
Where do you hunt, Ellie? Where do you hunt?
Well, not at your usual haunts, I'd imagine.
Where do you think I hunt?
Well, a lot of the general me that I know tend to find prey in local evening establishments of varying kinds.
Is that your convoluted way to say bars?
Bars, yeah.
Bars, nightclubs,
Mm.
that type of thing.
Are you more of a jump them in the alley kind?
Can jump him in the alley, or if I'm bored, find more creative ways.
Like,
Well, if y'all want to join me on a trip, I can show you.
I'm curious. Let me catch up with you after I go meet this man.
Well, I'll then look into getting my next meal ready for me.
Okay. Can I give you my number?
Oh, don't worry. I already have it. And Ellie walks away.
Kate?
yes.
Is Ellie cool now, or what is going on?
You know the phrase, keep your friends close and your enemies closer?
Yeah?
I'm
Okay,
keeping them
okay.
close.
They have my number already.
They have mine too. I think they got it from Tabby.
Ah, Tabitha. Okay. Okay, maybe it'll be fine. I'm sorry, I just made an ass of myself.
No, it's fine. It was kind of delightful to see Ellie very unexpectedly at Lashes tonight.
That is very unexpected and odd. Do you know who, like, orchestrated that? Who sent them there?
I don't know, but I got a chance to poke and prod.
Which would make sense for the type of work you were doing.
Not in that capacity.
I know, but I can picture it.
Whatever helps you sleep this morning.
Well, we'll see if this flower friggin' kills me in the night. Okay, well, I
That's
guess...
a lot of trust to put on a new friend.
Well, you know that I'm already a little wackadoo, but I did experience this, Cora experienced this vision, and it kind of got my mind whirring and thinking, and I don't know, the hamsters were running, and
So you think
this
this is like a
vision...
vampiric gummy to help you sleep?
What? The flower?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. The
Oh.
flower, I think, is another thing. We ended up talking about our traumas. It's, typical first conversation to have with a new best friend kind of thing. But
Been true or
Cora
more, what do you do? Who are you connected to? But okay.
that's wild. And amazing. And I love that for you. I do, and I'm scared of it. You're amazing. And so tall. So tall. Where was I going with that? Oh,
I
Cora
have
had
no
this
idea.
vision.
Right.
She had this vision, right? And it was like Olivia and I like morphed into one being, one creature, wearing a dress that was both ours and not ours, that was like belonged to us, but also was so wrong, right? And I brought it up to Olivia. Well, that was partly why I wanted to talk to her, because the image was just in my mind. And it ended up being a lovely conversation, and like, I don't know, it made me happy. But then she gave me this flower, and I'm a little freaked out about it. But I am gonna use it. We'll see how it goes. I'll text you.
Check in when you wake up.
Yes, I will. I will. Sorry, I just word vomited on you. How's your night going? You're good?
It was good. How was yours outside of just meeting Olivia?
It was good. I
Sorry, I
talked
should
with...
have warned you before pulling Ellie into the conversation, but
No. It's totally fine. I just was taken aback, and I need to learn to, like, flow, like matrix dive with the people that sometimes show up in these conversations, and strike me full of fear and make my spine tingle.
did you go to court before here?
It was different. It was like the court that I attended. Well, yes. Short answer, yes. Long answer, I played a very different role in my past life before Savannah. Then I was mainly there as arm candy, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. So there wasn't much expected of me except for look pretty, bow, and curtsy well. Um, so no and yes. Though I do have to say that Parisian Court, have you been?
How far have you traveled, Poppy?
Lots of spots, but mostly it was mostly Europe. But the Parisian Court was stunning and beautiful and so filthy in its own way.
Well, you are a rose. If you need help finding your thorns and how to navigate court, let me know.
Thanks, Kate. I appreciate that. Looking for the thorns. Maybe I need to go to Avalash, though. Who knows how that would go? Um,
I did just have a conversation with Vega, though.
like Vega, like Pew Pew Vega.
Yes.
Okay. How'd that go? You're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. There's nothing for me to hide or be guilty for. I think it was a risk analysis.
A risk analysis. Like you as the risk, the liability?
Yes. hmm
Interesting.
She kept going on about how with new bloods, it's a when, not an if.
Okay, but what if it was a good thing that she was analyzing you in that way? What if that was her way of, I don't know, she hasn't been interested in anything I've been up to, right? Like,
Yet. Oh,
well,
I'm sure she knows what you've been up to.
oh, I'm sure she does, but she hasn't taken an interest. She hasn't, approached me at any point. So
Again,
that
yet.
could be a really good thing,
I think that is a when, not an if.
I guess. She does scare the bejesus out of me for sure.
But you also have a sponsor who has to answer for you.
Right.
So,
Very true. And I am, as always, on my best behavior. I guess I do have to go talk to Sebastian.
who is this Sebastian?
Uh, he's another one of my clan. I am pretty sure he owns and operates a strip club. I'm just kind of checking.
Delightful.
Yeah, yeah, but
I don't know
like
why that feels more seedy than what Lash does, but it somehow
it
does.
does. It does feel more seedy. I totally am there with you. I'm there with you. There are more conversations that happen before what Lash does, whereas there's very little conversation, I think, often. Though I don't know. I don't know. Um, but I'm kind of going down the list of like, okay, I need to meet all of the big players and,
Oh, I did meet one of yours tonight.
Oh, who?
Madison Griffith.
Oh, yeah. Was she always on that phone?
Uh, Towards the end of
Tip
the
tapping away.
conversation, let me know what you can about her.
I mean, we only really chatted that first night. She seems really nice, but she seems lethal behind social media accounts. Like lethal. Like she could take somebody down within like 30 minutes.
hmm
But I don't know. I trust her, if
She
that's what
wants
you're
to
asking.
chat.
I bet she does. She seems like a businesswoman in a way. All about what we represent, PR, keeping things hidden.
Well, if
I
you hear
think,
anything or learn anything worth me knowing, let me know.
yeah, of course. Again, I only really got to niceties with her on that first night. And she had a fire to put out. And so she was, tip tapping away.
She's probably one of those that wastes away without a fire to put out.
Maybe, yeah. Relaxing has to be hard in that position. You're just waiting for the next scandal. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna go meet this strip club man, I think. I'm just gonna get it over with. Band-aids. Band-aids.
Let me know if you need me to come in and rescue you. I don't know how I'll make up something.
Fair. Or you can come with me if you want. See how it goes.
I'll keep an eye from a distance.
That's fair. Okay. We'll see. Maybe he's really nice. Maybe it's cool. Maybe it's chill. I don't know. And Poppy will start looking around for where Sebastian went.
Mhm. I think that's a lovely little moment to leave off tonight, with the promise of you talking to a strip club man next week.
Yeah, it could be good. It could be bad. Mostly I'm worried all the time. Every day I
Good,
worry
you're
all day.
learning.
Yeah.
That's what we want, your fear. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Have a good week.